Well, we're live again. Welcome, one and all. This is probably going to be a short one. It's been a long freaking day, and I was really torn of whether to go live tonight or not. So, let's see who we've got here with us tonight. Tony is here.
The infamous Josephus has arrived.
Okay. I'm running out of interesting things to say, Josephus. Yeah, the most positive person I know. Har har. Good one. You should give up video work and be a comedian. Um, Terrell is here as well. Welcome everybody. Uh, so um, it's been a hell of a long day. I did a live stream this morning. I had a short scheduled for release. And now I'm live again tonight, so must be I'm a glutton for punishment, or I'm trying to make a few extra bucks at the end of the month or something. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I got my dad home from his procedure today, and I proceeded to order myself a pizza. This particular pizza place we as a family have been getting pizza from for 40-ish years, maybe more than 40 years. And so of course I ordered an 18-inch pie, and I proceeded to eat half of it because I hadn't eaten since like 11 o'clock this morning, and I was very hungry apparently. I'll probably pay for it tomorrow, but oh man, did it taste good. I don't have another pizza place local to me that makes uh anything that good. Um okay, so let me see. So the channel has officially surpassed 7,600 subscribers. We're over by 3. So I just I'm still in awe. I'm still in awe at the number of subscribers gained this month. For seemingly low effort to get to this point. Um, so for the month of August, 169 new subscribers, and we're not even through the month yet. I will take that any day of the week. So the stream this morning, because after 2 cups of coffee, I was sufficiently awake. The stream this morning was not anything terribly planned, but I basically took every command that I've gone through this month in shorts, and I did a demo live, right? And my goal tomorrow morning before I go to work, because it's not happening tonight. So tomorrow morning before I go to work, I am going to get the timestamps for each command, and then all the shorts that I did this month, I'm going to point them not at the next short in the list, but I'm going to point them back to this live stream from this morning so people can get the widescreen 16:9 version of the commands. And hopefully that will prove useful to somebody. For September, I'm almost tempted to do it the other way around, to do a live stream with all the commands first, and then record the shorts afterwards, or at least schedule the shorts afterwards, with them pointing back to the live stream, to the timestamp, and see if that makes any difference in how things transpire next month. So let's see. Josephus says, I should give up video work. Not sure about the comedian part. Yep. Hour and 40. Let me see. Hour and come on, YouTube Studio. Hour and 43 minutes and 43 seconds, to be exact. Alonzo, welcome in. Yes, their pizza is that good. It's not a chain. It's a single location place. Yeah. So they've expanded the building a few times. They added a sit down dine in area, and they've, since the last time I was there, they expanded their coolers, so they've got more beer choices. But for some stinking reason, people in this state seem to have an uncanny love of IPAs that I just can't understand. It's hard to find a good stout in this state, or a darker beer, without going to a national chain beer. I can get my Boston Lager, I suppose, but I don't know. Give me a Russian Imperial Stout. I'd take a Guinness over most of this IPA garbage. So anyways, I like dark beer. Sue me. Yes, I was there. You talking about me being clean shaven? I did that yesterday because we had the grand opening of the lockers at the library. I'm not sure I like it, but probably makes me look 4 or 5 years younger, if I had to guess. I don't have to dye the gray away, right? I just shave it away. Your time of day. Well, I think even the eyebrows are trimmed. No, I didn't trim the eyebrows, but I did get out the razor yesterday. Hello, PM3, welcome. Upgraded to 2 gig internet service, additional $15 per month for total $124. Nice. Is that symmetric or you still getting a substandard upload speed on cable? Ugh. I would guess that for with 2 gig, you're probably on fiber. Don't know. Don't know. Let's see. I think that's a good idea, and a lot of creators do similar. Cool. I just like I've tried to illustrate before. I had to find an angle for shorts that found a balance between relatively low effort to create and edit them, which I mean, at most of them are 90 seconds long. A couple of them are closer to the 2 minute mark. But you know, I wanted to be able to do whatever topic I did in short justice, and um, I guess I've hit that mark given the number of people that have subbed to the channel this month. But yeah, create full length videos, then cut shorts from the full length content. Yeah, I've tried that. The problem is with demonstrating stuff that's typically done on a computer with a 16:9 screen is if you reformat that down to 9:16 orientation, then you're shrinking that 16:9 to something very small and unreadable, which is why I did the shorts the way I did. I just shrunk the terminal window down, and I try to be upfront about the fact that the line wrap is going to be kind of funky, but if shorts is what people want, then I'll play the game. I'll throw my hat in the ring and do what needs to be done. But yeah, I'm still. I'll continue to experiment with different things, but the only other approach I can come up with is, shrink the screen down so it'll fit in the 9:16, but then do carefully edited captions that are large enough for people to read and follow along. That's the only other way I can see doing justice to the type of material that I want to cover. Yeah, 30-second commercials for the full video. That's true. That's true. What? I'm late. Outdoor, still pulling pipe. Nice. Modella is okay. I don't know. I'd have to try the dark again. I can't say that I was terribly impressed with it when I had it the first time, but I'll give it another shot at some point. Tell us about the grand opening. So yeah, so the library got a grant. We added a locker system, which I've talked about before a little bit. Basically, the idea being that instead of people having to come into the library to pick up the books that they've reserved, they can select the reserve location as the locker. The lockers are open to the public 24/7. The locker is located in the alley behind the building, and they can drive up, scan their library card, and it'll pop open the door that has their books in the little cubby, and they take their books and they go on their way. We had, I don't know, maybe 25 people total show up. I'd hope that it would be bigger. We had a couple of local shops donate or supply, I guess. They didn't donate them. We had cookies and cinnamon rolls and a couple veggie trays, and then coffee and lemonade. So you know, it was a nice spread for what it was. Um, I'm hoping that, you know, we get um, people using these is the big thing. I don't know if I've got handy here. It's not going to be there. Pictures. Do I have the locker picture on my Mac? Doesn't appear so. Well, let's see. If I've got the picture on my phone, I probably went to okay, so it's probably in Google Docs or Google Photos. Bear with me for a moment. We'll get there. All right, so so this is what the locker looks like. There's a screen behind the little flap there. Not that. So there's a bigger version of it. So basically, you lift up the flap. You've got a touch screen back there. There's a scanner to scan your barcode. It walks you through on the screen how to do it. Tells you how many holds you've got available. You tap continue. It tells you, it gives you a list of the books or items that you've got. You hit select all and then checkout selected. When you hit checkout selected, the door pops open. You open the door, grab your book, close the door. And then it comes up here. How would you like your receipt? You got the option of email or no receipt because there's not a printer in the locker. And that's just a duplicate of what happens at the beginning. So, and yes, strong people don't put others down, they lift them up. Darth Vader, philanthropist. So yeah, so my dad, he's something else. We get out to the medical facility today, and apparently he was a little confused because he initially told them that he didn't want to be sedated, and they then we went downstairs. So this was at the front, um, the front reception desk. So he checked in there, and they told him where he was gonna where the location of the office was, and they asked him, "Do you know where that is?" And he says, "No, but I'm I'm certain that you will tell me where to go." Uh, yeah, and in just that kind of old man phrasing, it's coming from somebody that's been told to go to hell a number of times. Um, you, you know, um, but then I got him while while we were waiting, because he's had issues coming out of sedation, and I said, well, if they have uh, trouble bringing you out of sedation, and then I'll tell them that they can go Mel Brooks on you, and that is a direct reference to History of the World Part One, where there's a scene where they suggest shoving a red hot poker up somebody's hind parts. Um, and he seemed to think that would get people's attention. Um, but anyways, so yeah. IPAs are hit or miss, but when they're good, they're good. Well, I must not have had a good one yet, because they just taste all sorts of bitter to me, and not in a good way. I'm not a fan. Um, okay, Ookla 2062 down, 2067 up this morning, 2350 down, 1825 up. I am very jealous of that. I wish I could. I wish I could get that kind of speed here. Did you hear about the YouTube controversy that they mess with the formatting and put in machine learning enhancements? I have not heard about that. I'll have to dig and see if I can find. Um, that was interesting. That was very interesting. Um, Looking at using a terminal multiplexer to have two different terminals with the same input and output. That's an idea. Um, I've had sort of a love-hate relationship, mostly love to hate, with terminal multiplexers up to this point, but maybe they've got better since the last time I tried. I won't roll that out. You can record both 16 by 9 and 9 by 16 terminal windows on different screens at the same time. I'll have to play with that. I like the idea. I'm absolutely not opposed to the idea, especially if it's going to save me time and effort. But yeah, I'll have to mess around with that again. In my library, we also use standard barcodes, but the industry really needs to move to chip-based cards. Yeah, I don't see the library industry moving to chip-based cards. I mean, we've already got with our particular library software. We've got a phone app which will let's see, do I have it on here? Librista here. So it will actually let you, I don't know if I can find the option. It will display your library card. So that's not going to focus worth a damn, but there it goes. So that would the scanner in the locker kiosk is good enough to be able to scan your card off a screen. So whether you use our library app or you use another app and you just type in the number and have it regenerate the same barcode, you can scan from your phone, so you don't have to carry a physical card. As far as going to chip cards, I don't see that happening. Love Tmux. My bash instantly runs it if I sign in. I'm always in Tmux. Yeah, I'll have to give it another try. I just I didn't have a good experience with it the first couple times I tried it, and so I've just continue doing things the way I've done them for decades at this point. But I'm trying to be open to new things, and or retry things that I had tried and been less than thrilled with. But no idea if you can duplicate something for a stream. Well, yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into that, but it's it's worth a try. So anyway, I guess the other thing, and this isn't going to be the best picture because I just took a picture of my my monitor. But we had 4 more security cameras installed yesterday. So we now have the locker. This is the locker here, the side of it, and so the security camera is up on a pole that comes out from the building. So we've got another security camera over by this piece of metal, which would be this angle here. So we've got the ability to get people whether they're coming or going in the alley, which I'm sure the local police department will be happy with that idea. We've also got this view and this view up here, so that's either end of our signage on the front of the building. So it's all good from that aspect, but it was just one of those things that we knew we were going to have the other 4 cameras installed. It was just trying to coordinate the locker install and knowing exactly where that was going to sit, along with getting the guys out for the last 4 cameras. Excuse me. Anyway. We've got 9 people watching. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, it's just been a long day. So if we hit an hour, I'll be happy. And you know, I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, check this out. Check this out. This is from 2016. Let's see. We were on the side. I don't know if I can make that any bigger. Anyways, this is from my not great pictures. But oh, there's a cat. Anyways, this was my trip to the Black Sabbath concert on their the final leg of their final tour. Hold that thought. Sorry about that. That was my dad on the phone, and considering that he just had a procedure done today, I wanted to take the call. Um, so, yeah, I completely lost my train of thought now. He has a way of doing that to me. Anyways, dun, 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 dun. Old tried and true always works. Yep. Not always the most efficient or convenient, but I have always found a way to make it work. And yes, everybody, please hit the like button. At some point in time, I will get that stupid yellow thumbs up graphic brought over to this platform and be able to put that up. Yes, you are absolutely correct. That was Pine Knob. I'm so glad that they changed the name of the venue back to Pine Knob. I really hated it when they called it DTE Energy Music Theater. It's freaking Pine Knob. Just shut it. No, get off my lawn. Yeah, I've been there several times myself. Let's see, I've seen Black Sabbath there. I saw Aerosmith there. and I saw Leonard Skinner there. The ones that survived the plane crash, and the replacements for the ones that died, right? Um, um, so, yeah, I just, I don't know. That phone call just totally scrambled my train of thought. Um, Cue the thinking wheel in front of my forehead, right? Um, so yeah, I got home. I actually ate 2 slices of pizza on the road on the way back. I was starving that much. Um, but um, yeah, I sat and ate pizza, watched some YouTube, and then took a nap in my recliner. Um, because I had one of those what they call a silent migraine, where you're just having like floaters in your um, eyesight. It doesn't hurt. It just isn't pleasant, especially if you've got to drive anywhere. Um, so yeah, I guess that's what I've got. Um I don't have to be to work tomorrow until 12:30, so I don't know. I may be up early enough to do another live stream in the morning, provided I have a an idea that's worthy of doing a live stream. Um, the only reason I came live tonight is because I didn't feel like going to bed yet because I just took a nap when I got home, and it's like, all right, now I've got a second wind. I got to do something with it, and it's either sit and record a long form video or just go live and shoot the breeze for a few minutes. I didn't honestly didn't have much of a topic for tonight, so thus the description just saying um, that we were going to have a chill conversation. Um, oh, this is a fun one. Kiss, Bon Jovi, and U2 go straight. Black effing Sabbath, take the curve. Um, and then this one's great too. Where the F am I? um, and for anybody that's been following the new season of South Park, you'll enjoy that one. Um, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, um, holy water car wash will wash the hell out of your car. I think that's that. Oh, here's a blast from the past. The Radio Shack beach ball. Um, anyway, I guess that's that. And yes, because I'm sure Josephus was wondering about this one. Last Rites Tavern and Mortuary. All right. So Close. Thank you. Let's see. I'm expecting it was a routine procedure. What they did was they went in with some sort of needle or something to burn some nerves in his neck, which has been causing him to be sort of hunched over and um, uh, you know, I they seem to do it with relative ease. He didn't have any problem coming out of sedation, which he has had problems with before. Um, and the phone call that I took, he said that he was feeling much better and is able to stand more up straight now, which I think is great. Um, so he seems to be doing all right. He's not supposed to drive until tomorrow morning. Whether he follows that, I don't know. But yeah, he's got another procedure at the same place. So I guess they did one side of his neck today, and they're going to do the other side in the next uh, appointment, right? I've been there. Rush, ZZ Top, Kid Rock, and about 20 country acts. I never got to see Rush or ZZ Top. I have seen Kid Rock. The only reason I went is I was offered a free ticket. So I went with a friend of mine. And yeah, it was everything you'd expect from a Kid Rock concert. This was before he got very political and buggered off down to Texas. So I guess I would say that Texas is a good place for him. He's probably going to find an echo chamber down there that all agrees with him. What did you get on the pizza? So I split it. I got bacon and mushrooms on half, and bite your tongues, I got ham and pineapple on the other half. I am an advocate for pineapple on pizza. Sue me. My feeling is if you don't like it, don't eat it. It's just like if you don't like the song on the radio, change the station or turn it off. If you don't like a book, don't check it out from the library or purchase it from your favorite bookseller. It's not a difficult idea. You're talking about the Black Sabbath concert when the call came in. Oh yeah, so that's another concert that I was offered a free ticket to. Um, a friend I've known for I don't know. I've known her for probably close to 25 years now. Um, and I met her when her kids were relatively young. They were both under 10, I'm pretty sure. But her son was diagnosed with some spinal disease or condition, I guess. And so she couldn't go to the concert, and so offered me a ticket if I would drive down there. And so I took him down there, and him and a friend of his, and it was a good time. Since he was in a wheelchair at the time, we got special seating accommodations. Which the unfortunate part is they were off to the left side of stage, left to center. But just being able to see Black Sabbath a second time, and now especially knowing that Ozzy's gone, it's like, um, it's one of those things that you can't recreate. I never was able to see Led Zeppelin live. I was only 6 when the drummer died, when John Bonham died. And so obviously I never got to see that. The Beatles were long since broken up, and John Lennon was dead before I was of age to go to concerts. So I've got to see a few of the classic acts. I regret not seeing Rush. I would rather have seen Rush than Eric Clapton, honestly. But I've seen, I don't know. I've been to several locations around the state. I've seen Bob Dylan. I've seen Leonard Skinner twice. I've seen Aerosmith twice. Black Sabbath twice. Um, Eric Clapton once. Kid Rock once. There was a local music festival here in our capital city where I saw Jethro Tull and Pat Benatar and Eddie Money and Alice Cooper. And I'm probably forgetting a few of the acts that were there. I went to that festival for 3 or 4 years in a row before they changed it to all rap and country. And I lost interest. But I've seen some great bands. When my brother was up at the Interlochen Fine Arts Camp one year, I got to see Victor Borga, which, if you've never seen or heard of Victor Borga, look him up on YouTube. He was quite the hilarious old coot. Saw Bob Dylan, wasn't great. That was the one concert my ex-fiance and I went to together. And I don't know. I'm having a brain fart on what other bands I've seen, but I think I've rattled off most of them. I'm not a country fan, but when I was a kid, I did see Stella Parton, Dolly's sister. And she hasn't had the shall we say plastic surgery that Dolly has had. Oh, an ocular migraine. I've I've not heard them called that. My father called it a silent migraine, which I think is what his doctor called it. But yeah, ocular migraine would make sense, with the floaters in your vision. But um, it doesn't happen often. I think I've had 2 this year. Um, I've had more regular migraines this year than I've had the ocular migraines, but um, usually when I've had a regular migraine, it's because I've been outdoors in the heat working and doing more than I should have and not drinking as much water as I should have, and it was brought on by dehydration. So, it is what it is. Had that once, thought it was a stroke. It was just in one eye. No, it wasn't your text that woke me up. I like pepperoni and pineapple. I've tried that. I'm not I'm not a fan of pepperoni at most pizza places. It tends to be greasy. And on the one hand, there's part of me that likes a greasy pizza once in a while, but on the other hand, since I've had my gallbladder out, there are consequences to having your fun. Let's just put it that way. I have to do that with pizza half my way, half with pineapple for the wife. um, one act I've seen that would not fly today was a white man and an Indian. Yeah, that a white man and an Indian. That wasn't the Village People, was it? Was there a construction worker too? Uh, Sorry, I had to. Pizza and burgers are my favorite food. Um, right about greasy pepperoni. I like buffalo chicken. Yeah, I like a good chicken wing. It depends on the buffalo sauce. Um, Depends on the buffalo sauce. Some of it I like. Some of it I can tolerate with a uh, liberal dose of ranch. But a lot of it I tend to avoid. No, it was a comedic act, a white guy and an Indian. Interesting. Um, so looks like we still got 6 people watching, which I guess isn't bad since this is the second live stream of the day. People are probably getting sick of seeing my bald head. But I don't know. I guess I'm satisfied with the way things went today, even though it was a tiring day. We left extra early to go to his appointment because his printer took a crap on him. He had one of these HP, I think it was an 8600 Pro, had the dual paper trays with one of those craptastic all plastic all in one printers that the big box stores seem to push hard on people. So this printer was $150. The ink for an extra large black and a regular size color cartridge was $92. I'm sticking with my laser printers. I just I don't know. He has a separate flatbed scanner, but he refuses to use that. And I just have taken a step back and it's like, it's not my battle to fight. I've just got to set it up and make it work for him and walk away. I hate inkjet printers with a passion. And I think it's another way that these big companies screw poor people. But that's my take on it. Anyways, can't watch the morning lives live if they're during the week as I'm at work. Yeah. Well, I mean, this one was sort of a spur of the moment thing because I was up early. I went to bed earlier last night, so I was wide awake before 6 o'clock. Had my 2 cups of coffee and thought, well, I don't have to be anywhere since I've got the day off from work to run my dad around. I'll just go live, and I did. So, um, Sounds like a printer I had once. Paid $50 for the printer and ink was $80. Yeah. So I don't know. Call me old school. I had several inkjet printers between, say, 1995 or 6 and 2001. When the last one got zapped, when a storm went through, I decided no more inkjet printers for me. I've always been the kind of guy that was against all-in-one printers. I've got a dedicated flatbed scanner. I've got a dedicated document scanner. I've got a book scanner. I like separate components. Integration has its place, but these really cheap all-in-one pieces of plastic crapola have no place in any place that I live. If I could have convinced him to go to an all-in-one laser printer, I would have. I've got a laser printer sitting in the other room, a color laser printer that died on me before I got through the starter cartridges. I don't print that much anymore. But I got this color laser printer over here because I found a good sale on it, and it prints a whole lot faster than my other one, than my black and white that does duplex. Plus that old black and white printer that does duplex, the Ethernet jack went flaky on me. So the only way I could have that on the network is running it through that print server that the company sent me for review, which is fine. I've got it hooked up downstairs. Doesn't get used very often, but occasionally I'll power it on. The great thing about laser printers is they last forever. I've not had a laser printer that has lasted less than 10 years. So I'm going to stick with what I know works. Is it a little more expensive up front? Sure. But the toner lasts a whole lot longer than your ink cartridges. And you know, but he's 79 years old. This little HP NV whatever 9200 something printer, or 9700, I forget what it was. It'll probably last as long as he does. I did not push him to get the extended warranty. They claimed that they'd send him a gift card so he could get a replacement printer, blah blah blah. And it's like, you know what? If he needs another printer and he can't afford one, I'll just buy him one, or he'll get a hand-me-down printer and I'll buy myself a new one. I have no real use for these salespeople. They're as bad as used car salespeople. He kept pushing the idea. Oh, it comes with free tech help, and I'm thinking, yeah, in freaking Bangalore. I said, I'm his tech help. I'm sorry, I'm not going to ask a 79-year-old man that has hearing issues, even with his hearing aids, to deal with somebody with a thick Indian accent in freaking Bangalore. So nothing against them. I know they got to do what they got to do to make a living. That's fine. My 79-year-old father doesn't need to deal with them. I will play middle person if I have to deal with. I'm on a tangent. Sorry. um, yeah, I really wanted him to get a brother, but he walked away with a craptastic HP again. Like, all right, well, it is what it is. I keep telling myself he's not going to be around forever. And the HP printer will be one of the first things that goes in the dumpster when we clean out his house. Because I will not inflict that upon any other person. All the more reason not to get the extended warranty on it. So, call me an old fart that's set in his ways if you must. But if there's one thing that irks me like no other, it's companies and salespeople that try to take advantage of senior citizens. So anyway, I would have been just as happy ordering the printer off Amazon for him, but he seemed to want to get this doggone thing today. Yeah, they're a pure money making scheme because they know that most people will never ever use them. And that's why I don't think I've bought an extended warranty in 20 years. Because when you're talking a printer that retails for $150, by the time the thing dies, even if it's 2 years, that's $75 a year before you factor in the cost of ink. You can buy another $150 printer at that point, and it'll probably be faster than the one that died. I don't know. I'm done trying to figure this crap out. But yeah, the guy was nice enough, and I know that it's just a corporate policy for them to push the damn extended warranties, and I'm just not interested. I don't want to play that game. It's 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 not benefiting the consumer. It's only benefiting the company that makes the half-assed offer to the consumer because they laugh all the way to the bank. I mean, if I'll back up on my statement a little bit. If the item is under $500 new, I'm not going to do an extended warranty. If it's over $1,000, I'm slightly more open-minded to an extended warranty, but still not that interested. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. After you've been burned by a couple that either they don't honor them or you don't end up using them, you stop bothering. It's not like back in the 80s, and into the early 90s, stuff wasn't as reliable then. Excuse me. Stuff wasn't as reliable then. Um, but these days, I'm just not interested in it. The only extended warranty that I bought and actually used was for my Harley. Nice. Well, you and Tony should trade stories because I believe Tony is a Harley owner as well. I I swore to myself a long time ago that if I ever got a motorcycle, I'd get an Indian. um, although I did see a what was it? It was a Honda three-wheeler come for sale not long ago. And it's only like $2,500 or something. And it's like, if I had a garage, I would have considered it, but I don't have a garage anymore, so I won't be getting anything like that anytime soon. But maybe 15 years from now, I'll be in a place where I can think about a motorcycle, or a three-wheeled version. Make it big enough that I can strap a keg on the back of it and haul ass down the road. So, yeah. So I've got 2 shorts that I need to finish for Saturday and Sunday. I may try to get those done in the morning. I think I've got one recorded. The other one I need to record. But they don't take that long. They don't take that long. So I don't know. We'll see. I might mix up the formats a little bit next month and play and just see if I can come up with something different that works better. But it's the way I've been doing it has got me a good number of subscribers this month, and it's definitely increased my views, which I will take the eyeballs. I will gladly take the eyeballs. And it's just finding that happy um intersection point between live shorts and traditional long form that pushes the channel forward again. And hopefully next month we can get to a point where things fall back into place. But just for the sake of argument, 77% more than usual views this month. We got 51,755 views so far, and we're normally in the 26 to 3,200 view range. 173 subscribers. We're 5% down on revenue, but I mean, it'll all fall back into place. I am confident of that. So, yeah, 27 shorts, 11 live streams, and 2 videos in the last 28 days. So, I can't complain. Even the views on my videos are trending a little bit better. Than normal. So, no held comments. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap things up here. I like long format, but it seems like everyone likes and wants short. Yeah, I get it. And I get that that's something that's being pushed by the younger generations. I'm solidly Gen X, and my overall audience skews a little older. Which is fine, because I ain't getting any younger. So if I draw in people that are younger than I am, that's a bonus. You know, I don't see people my father's age coming in watching so much, but um, you know, there might be a few. There might be a few. Summer is always down on revenue. Some people, not in this chat, have lives. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Um, right. They have a short attention span. Yep. Look, shiny. Anyway, I think this is a good place to wrap it up for the night. I didn't even make a thumbnail for this one. I just thought, what the hell, we'll go live, and I'll put a thumbnail on it later, probably in the morning. Got a few things I need to do in the morning before I go to work, but I think right now I just want to go relax a little longer and then drop into bed and get up and do this all over again at 5:30 tomorrow morning. And I'm finding that if I go to bed by around 11:30, I can be up between 5 and 6, have my 2 cups of coffee, and I'm pretty much good for the day. So it is what it is, but it's been a long day today. So thank you all for being here. It's very much appreciated, and may do something over the weekend for members. I know it's Labor Day weekend, so people may or may not be around, but if I do something, maybe I'll do like a Friday night for members, and maybe I'll still do my normal Sunday night thing. I haven't decided on that one yet, but I guess it would be a good way to close out the month by doing a final live stream on Sunday. So, all right. On that note, everybody have a good night. I'm going to go grab another bottle of water and relax a little longer, and I'm dropping into bed. So, on that note, until next time.